Jono, it also does the selfie camera.
Oh, cool.
Look at this.
What?
Look at this. There's 6 screens on this right now. I'm back. We saw this and we were interested enough, had to get it in to try it. The ZTE Axon 40 Ultra. I have actually not touched a ZTE phone in a long time. They're actually using the Sony IMX787, which is a sensor that, as far as I know, isn't in a phone that I've actually tried out at all. Remember when phone boxes were this big? Still? The phone that we just did in our previous video, the Xperia, it was just the phone in the box. And this looks like there's actually an unboxing experience. So why don't we take a look? Packaging is nice. Oh yeah, there's our SIM tool. Oh, hey. I find it funny that like all Chinese manufacturers' phones just include this kind of like cheapo plastic TPU case with their phones because they know no one is really gonna be making cases for their phones. Like, yeah, there'll be certain places. This is, I believe, a 65 watt charger. It's actually, this is a heavy brick. Yep, 65 watts, cool. That's actually pretty awesome. And I mean, it's a hefty boy. Look at the shape of this.
Are they just like Apple rejects?
This literally looks like corded AirPod.
It's a headphone jack.
Yeah, it's a headphone. Oh yeah, so that's, I've completely forgot that headphone jacks are just not, yeah, this phone, wait, hang on. I don't think this has a headphone jack on it.
What?
There's a Type-C to headphone adapter. What? Are you serious? You took the headphone jack off your phone, but you included a set of wired earphones with an adapter? That's just silly. Okay, the last thing in the box is a pretty standard, but nice looking Type-C to C cable. Okay, let's take a look at the phone physically. This is a very large camera bump. We will get back to this. David, do you notice anything? There's no selfie hole punch on the display, and there's no raise from the top of the phone selfie camera. This is apparently a 3rd generation in-screen selfie camera on this display. If you guys want to know how the first 2 generations of the selfie camera performed, you can check out Linus's coverage of those videos here. I could get used to that, right? Like, this looks really good. So this is a 6.8-inch 2480 by 1116 display. No notch, very impressive. It is curved, so some of you might like that, some of you might hate it. But physically, the phone feels very flagship, very premium, nice soft touch metal, and it's got kind of like a glistening metal finish that looks pretty anti-scratch. Like, and it doesn't even pick up fingerprints, which is really nice actually. Like, nothing. Yes, glossy phones look great in marketing images and they feel good in the hand, but then you'll look at the back and you feel disgusted with yourself. But not on this phone. On the left of the phone, we have absolutely nothing but antennas, which is nice. I actually don't mind that at all, it feels good. And on the right of the phone, we have your standard volume. Can you even see, look how thin that is. We have your standard volume rocker and power button. Let's see if this is already a program shortcut. If I double press the power button, does it, oh, it locks the phone. But there's no double tap for open camera, at least not by default. I'm not sure. I'm sure you could also just customize that. Top of the phone, there's a sensor and a speaker on here with also 2 antenna bands. On the bottom, we've got your SIM tray and your Type-C connector with another speaker. I mean, that's kind of it physically. This camera bump is gigantic, as I mentioned. So I'm about to play a couple videos and try some sound on this phone. But before we do that, a word from our sponsor, Manscaped. Their Performance Package 4.0 is designed to contain everything you need to make grooming below the waist easy. It includes the updated Lawnmower 4.0 with its wireless charging, Weed Whacker nose trimmer for the tricky areas, plus some other goodies like the Crop Preserver and the Crop Reviver sprays for deodorizing and toning. Get 20% off plus free international shipping in the link in the video description. This display looks really good. I'm not looking at it side by side to anything, but just right off the bat, it looks good.
Ah, those eyes are crispy.
Side by side to the iPhone, it's obviously not really living it up to it, but on its own, it doesn't sound bad. I'm not an audio expert by any stretch, but this is just my assessment of it. The mid-range sounds pretty good. I would not be upset that this is what my phone speakers sound like. Totally adequate, you wouldn't miss anything. I don't think I have a final price on this phone yet, but it is around $799 USD, which actually is not bad. It's really nice these days that flagship phones especially don't skimp on battery, because this phone has a whopping 5,000 milliamp hours. This thing is running a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, so we saw this in the most recent Xperia phone as well. I want to talk about this. This camera bump, this massive, like look at this thick boy. Camera bump is 64 megapixels on each one of these cameras. And then they also have this periscopic, but it's a periscope design, which is actually really interesting. And it's a 91 millimeter focal length, so it's your telephoto. Higher resolution on a phone, in my experience, has not led to better photos. You don't necessarily want a lot of pixels in a sensor that is this size, because this is still a smartphone mobile sensor sized camera on this phone. It's not a 1-inch sensor, it's not like a 2/3 inch sensor. So you're really packing in a lot of resolution and potential noise using such a high resolution sensor on a phone. Anyways, let's take a, we got a pro mode, we got a street mode. What's camera friendly? The slow motion mode on this phone, it's got 240 FPS, 480 FPS, 960 FPS, and 1920 FPS. I'm trying the 1920. When you hit record, it only actually rolls for about 5 seconds, and then it just processes the video. So let's take a look there. Oh, okay. So the 720p, 1920 FPS is kind of garbage tier. The 240 FPS is not amazing, but respectable. The detail is not crazy, but it's not awful. I've seen worse. 3-4 years ago, we couldn't even say that most phones have slow motion, and now they do. I can't test this right now, but if you pointed this thing at the Big Dipper, it would show you that like spoon outline that is the Big Dipper. So that's kind of cool. Wow, there's 2 pages, guys. Look at this. So there's all of these ones, but then you go over and there's more. Panorama, vlog, art, camera, Hitchcock. Hitchcock got his own mode? Good for him.
What does that mean?
What does this mean? What?
Is it gonna be birds everywhere?
Oh, it is the Vertigo thing. Wait, is it? Is it? It is. It totally is. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, and it's using like digital zoom to compensate. When you're in the Hitchcock did this thing, it's like the dolly zoom where you dolly in on the camera, but you zoom in at the same time, and it gives it this like surreal effect where the background only moves, but the subject stays in the same place. It does feel like a little gimmicky, but they're fun. Let's see what the pro mode is like. It seems okay. You got raw, histogram, focus. Okay, everything I'd expect from a manual camera. Pretty basic though. So yeah, this is one of the modes I want to check out. Multi-camera. Let's see. Whoa! In the corner of my display, there is both the wide and telephoto images of the cameras, and the primary camera that I'm looking at is the main one. So let me just take this photo of David. Yeah, okay, so I have all 3 images. That's kind of cool. It didn't expose the wide angle particularly well. Okay, I know you guys can see my display. Jono, it also does the selfie camera.
Oh, cool.
Look at this.
What?
Look at this, there's 6 screens on this right now. I mean, I can imagine if you like you're pranking somebody, you're walking up to them, and then you want to see your reaction for whatever reason, you have that. Select at least 2 cameras. Okay, so you have to select, I'm gonna do selfie and the primary. You can only use 3 at the same time, which is totally reasonable. So I'm gonna do primary, let's do selfie and ultra wide. I wasn't recording. You saw it in the screen cap, but I was not technically recording. Now I'm recording. So this is what the selfie camera looks like. And then this subsequently is also what my rear and ultra wide are seeing at the exact same time as I'm looking at the selfie camera. This is a good time to get into the selfie camera because, guys, ZTE, I can completely appreciate how hard it might be to put a half decent camera through multiple layers of display and glass. That challenge is incredibly apparent because here's me taking a selfie, and it is a bloomy mess. Oh man, it is blurry, it is washed out. I think it's also applying like a softening filter, or maybe that's literally just the softening that you'd get. You know what, Jono, I'm gonna hand you this phone. So Jono's gonna take a selfie.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
And then David's also gonna take a selfie, and I wanna look at the skin tone because the facial recognition AI on this phone is supposed to really do a good job not making the skin tones look awful. Oh, Jono, you don't look this pale. Oh my God, look at the right of this photo. You can see the stand is fringing like crazy. So this doesn't handle reflections very well because obviously when you're using a camera through another piece of glass that isn't just the lens, it's a tough thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. David, I don't think you're this white. You have more warmth in your face than this photo. It doesn't even look like you're in focus. Just to give the selfie camera a full chance, I've turned the beauty mode off. If I smile. Hey, that's kind of interesting. What does it classify as a smile? Oh. Okay. If I hold my smile, it just keeps taking photos. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm turning that setting off. It's not taking photos. There we go. Oh my God. Okay, stop taking photos. Oh, okay, I'm smiling too much. No, stop. I can't turn it off. I warn you not to turn the smile setting on for your phone. It'll just take a million photos if you're a person that smiles a lot. It still doesn't look that good. I can conclude that the selfie camera on this phone is not amazing.
So it's pretty much almost like gone.
It is, yeah, it's gone. I mean, I can see it with my eyes. So when you're looking for it and you hold the phone at a certain angle, you can see it, but it's very minor. You generally won't be able to see it. But we also have 8K video. And I believe we have 8K video on every single one of these because they're all 64 megapixels. 4K 120 FPS, 4K 60 FPS, normal 4K, and 8K. So I'm gonna go to 8K. Oh, cool. Oh, you can even shoot HDR. You wanna do HDR on your phone, you can. There's a gentleman cleaning his Mustang over there. Oh, there's also zoom. That's kind of a nice touch. I can't tell at all how this looks on the phone. It would be... Stabilization though is surprisingly decent. Like I'm not really trying to walk that steady, but it's not doing a bad job. So I'm just testing the macro mode. It's 2:1 apparently, and I'm pretty impressed. Oh, there's a little bit of a flare. How close I can get. I mean, and that looks not bad, actually. Make sure to turn off the watermark because I've got a watermark of the phone on every single one of these photos. So this is an overcast just photo in our parking lot and it's actually not bad. The detail is pretty good, respectable. It's like a little bit crunchy in certain parts in the contrast. The overall exposure, the auto exposure did a pretty good job. And when you're not like pixel peeping, it's actually a pretty sharp photo. Going over to the next one, honestly, also pretty good. You zoom in and you start to see like a little bit of noise and the detail is maybe not good in every spot. Like the Volkswagen logo here is a little bit mushy on the widest part. This is the wide angle, this is the ultra wide. Pretty respectable. Here's the primary camera, also pretty sharp. Decent performance. I mean, again, this is broad daylight, but there are cameras that don't perform well in this setting either. So quick photo of a leaf from outside. See how it handles this color. It looks okay. It's a little bit processed looking in the center leaf here. It's a little bit more yellow than I think it actually was in person. Let's check out this macro mode. I think this is maybe one of our better examples. In focus, you actually get quite a like dramatic bokeh just because you're so close in this macro mode. So it actually is, it's a pretty good shot. Sharpness is not bad. Not a lot of cameras can focus this close. The Sony IMX787 sensor in this phone is pretty good, and the processing on the rear cameras, not overly aggressive. Some maybe minor issues with the color in terms of like plants, and it seems hit and miss with humans. For $799 US, if you're in the Chinese market or you're the type of person who likes importing phones, I can't say that this is a bad pick. It actually feels like a pretty decent value. If you can get over how big this camera bump is, I don't think you'd be disappointed with the cameras. Honestly, I actually like these cameras better than my OnePlus cameras. And the experience and the processing is less egregious than my current phone. Good job, ZTE. This is not a terrible phone. I mean, this is not a review. It's the first impressions, but my first impression is this is not bad. So, good job. Thank you guys for watching. If there are any other phones that we haven't covered that you feel like the camera especially on them is really interesting, let us know in the comments down below. Have a great day.